Today I am at one of the most unique rural land listings in all of Cedar City, and I would say even Iron County. We are at a 20-acre parcel that is 20 minutes or 15 miles away from downtown Cedar City. In this video, we're going to be walking the property together. I don't know how much talking there will be, but I really just want you to see how amazing this property is and what you could do with it if it is to be yours. So come along with me as we check out this amazing property just outside of Cedar City, Utah. So just starting off, this is the front of the lot, and we're getting pretty close to sunset, as you can see, and that would be your view of the sunset every single day here on this property. And even cooler, I don't know how well you can see it, but that would be your sunrise. The sun comes right up over those mountains. That is Cedar Mountain. That red little peak that you see right there is Cedar Breaks, just up the canyon. And so that would be what you wake up to and what you're going to bed with, which that is pretty awesome. Other than that, it being so far away from town, you have a fully paved road. And to a lot of the people out here who live out here, there are a few, but there's not many. This is kind of like gold. It really is. It took a lot of money. Whoever did this, if it was the county, I'm not sure. But it took them a lot of money to get this nice paved road all throughout this neighborhood. So you're not going to get a lot of dust, really not dust at all. The only dust that you're going to get is probably on your own property, which you can pave or do gravel as well. So that is just a super, super huge perk. Now this is the front of the property. As you can see, it is fenced. It's not fenced great. It was used for the green belt before it got listed. And so there's been animals here, cows, horses. So the fence is adequate enough for that. But you can beef the fence up a little bit. But this is it. This is the entrance. Again, not very wide, but you can widen it out. But this is the part that the owner has made a road to and made it accessible for himself. And you can drive on this with the car super easily. I have a truck, but it did just fine getting on this road. But of course, if you're going to purchase this piece of land, you're not going to want to keep a dirt road like this. You can even just grade it out, and that would be sufficient enough. So excuse me, let's just walk the property a little bit. I know the road goes over there, but we'll loop around as we go throughout the property here. Now, as you can see, all of these tracks, like I said, there have been animals on this property before, but being so far away from town, there are other sorts of wildlife that are going to be out here. You have deer, and I don't know if you could hear that, but there's an animal somewhere over there wailing a little bit. But there are deer, especially during the winter time when it's a lot colder, because it's a lot cooler down here than up in the hills. So you're going to get a good amount of deer. And the great thing about this property is you can have your own livestock, whatever you might want it to be. So it's just not made for residential or agricultural. It's zoned Ag 20. That means that you can have a primary residence on it, but you can also have a barn, you can have animals, all of those things. Now, as we see here, this is a ditch. This is going to be an irrigation ditch to keep the water flow when it rains a lot. It's going to go from the main road and even farther up, and it's going to slope down in here to stay away from your property, to keep you safe, so that you don't have to deal with flooding or excess of water. So that is really nice. As you can see, these tracks here, those are deer tracks. I don't know what kind. I'm not too savvy with that type of stuff, but they are here. So yeah, you can have a barn, your own personal residence. It doesn't have to be a barn. You can also do detached shops or garages. In this type of zoning, the limits are really whatever you choose to be. You can also do farming. You can do agriculture. This ground is soft, but it would take a good amount of work to do some large scale farming. But you know, you can have an alfalfa crop in your backyard, or maybe some corn, or just some regular garden type vegetables and fruits, stuff like that. So back on the main road, like I said, it goes throughout the whole property, but that entrance at the front that I showed you, that is going to be the one and only entrance, because to the back here, which where we are going, it just butts up against another property line. So, and the property lines are marked, which is really nice. Of course, you'll have it appraised, and you'll have someone come and check the property lines to make sure that they are correct. But they are staked off as of right now. So that is very, very helpful. Besides that, when it comes to utilities, because we're so far out here, you're going to be on a septic tank. Now what that means is that you're going to have to hire someone to install a septic tank, and that can run you anywhere from $15,000 to $30,000, depending on the kind or the size, things like that. So you're gonna have to get that installed, because that is not yet installed, like I said. So that's one of the corner posts here, right there. Besides that, electricity is available. There's lines going over the front of the property. If you might have seen at the beginning of this video. If not, you can scroll back and go and look. But they go right over the property, so that's very easy to stub into. That won't cost you an arm and a leg. Besides that, there is water. There is a well, a community well in this neighborhood, and the owner does tell us that they have part ownership in that well. So you just need to have water rights, and there are some with this property, or you can purchase additional water rights. You will just put them with the well, the community well in this community, and that will be your source of water. So nothing out here is done by the city. It's all in the county. And so some of those things, because it's so far out here, you're going to have those extra expenses, which buying a piece of land like this, you just need to know to be prepared to pay those kind of expenses. Not everyone knows about them as they're kind of looking into these rural areas, but you do need to be aware of those, because that can be a big game changer of if it makes sense to get this or if it doesn't. Now, besides that, I'm just going to stand here, and can you hear that? It's just the wind. All I hear is the wind. So out here, it's just so peaceful. It's so quiet. It's just, you can't find this in town. You can't even dream of something like this close to town. And so being this far out here, it definitely takes a certain type of person being away from town, 20 to 25 minutes. Now that isn't that far of a drive. It really isn't. There's a highway 56, just 30 seconds down the road, which you'll get on to go into town, but it's secluded. You have so much privacy. You can't see your neighbors' houses. I guess you can see that one over there, if you come all the way over to this property line. But that is a whole probably, I don't know, half a mile maybe not that much, but half a mile down the road. And so if you're one who loves the privacy and the quiet and kind of being to yourself, then really this suits you as a person. If you're one who wants to be close to your neighbors, or close to church, or close to town, close to the shopping, the restaurants, this is not it's just not the lot or the kind of living that you're going to be wanting, which is totally fine. Let me get out of here, do some hiking. Now, besides that, this lot is, geez, hiking is killing me. I'm not made for it. Besides all of that, this lot is one of the only lots of its kind available on the market right now. It's a 20-acre parcel, and there are not many 20-acre parcels like this on the market right now. So you get your own little piece of heaven being this far out, but you also get something that is unique and not a lot of people have, which is really special. It's really cool to have a property like this. Now, you have seen all of the trees. It is very thick with trees, which is great, except, when you're wanting to build a house, or add on to your house, or build a garage, or a shop, or some rodeo grounds, it makes it a little bit difficult. So just know that you're going to have to take care of some of these trees in order to really get you a spot that is going to be buildable for the different type of buildings that you're going to want on your 20-acre lot. So that is the lot. We walked a good bit of it. 20 acres is a lot, but we walked a good bit of it. So now I'm just going to take you a little bit through the neighborhood, just driving through it. You can see just how big it goes, and then we'll go out to the highway, which is in that direction, and check out your access to this lovely property. So as we exit the lot, you can see our sign here. This lot is currently listed by us, the Zobell team. And so if you are interested, if you have questions about this property, reach out to us. There's no one who knows this piece of property better than we do. So as we pull out here, again, I'm just going to take you through the neighborhood a little bit. Again, paved roads are just so nice to have. I'm going to turn around here. We don't want to go inside that person's yard. But paved roads are just so good to have. And as you can see, a lot of the neighbors also have their roads paved as well to their house. So again, that is definitely something that you can definitely do. Or some people, like this house behind me, it's just gravel, which that is just fine as well. That keeps the dust down just as good. So although the roads are paved, they're a little bit skinny, just because, we don't want to infringe. The county didn't want to infringe on people's land too much, but there is enough space where, if there is a car coming your way, you can just pull off to the side, or they'll pull off to the side, and you can just go right past them. 20-mile-per-hour speed limit. It's great if you have kids or you just want the safety. There can be crazy drivers out there, so having a speed limit is really important, and it keeps you safe. So we've gone past a few homes now. So there are people living out here. You're not in the boonies. Um, you're not in the middle of nowhere. You have neighbors. They are friendly. They are nice. And that goes for all of the people in Cedar City in southern Utah. People are very kind-hearted, and um, they're loving, and they want to help their neighbors. They want to take care of each other. So as we get to the end of this road, we're just meeting more of the neighbors and their lots, their homes. So let's go the other way, and the other way is where we're gonna find the highway, and even just the entrance to this subdivision. Now, I didn't mention before, but a lot of people worry about it being so close to a highway if there's a lot of noise, if you can hear a lot of cars going on the road, and you really can't. You can't hear it. You're far enough away from the main road that it is really not an issue. Now, it also is because the highway is not extremely busy. It's not a freeway. It's not a main traffic highway. It's really a highway to get from Cedar City to out here to other parts of Iron County, like Burl, Utah, Enterprise. Um, and so that highway, it kind of connects different parts of Iron County. But it is not loud. There's no rumble strips. So you're not going to hear the loud rumbling in the middle of the night. So that concern is not that big of a deal. Now, it is windy, as you have seen from the video, but if you know anything about Cedar City, or if you've seen any of my videos, you know that Cedar City is windy most of the time. There's wind here. There's no escaping it. There's no getting rid of it. There's just wind. But the nice thing about here is you're kind of in the valley. You're kind of crested in between two mountains. You're just in the valley. And so the wind kind of goes over the top of you and your trees, with all of the trees. So that is super, super nice. So you're not going to be blasted with windstorms and stuff like that. Because again, the dust out here is really low, and the dirt itself is really compacted. So this is the end of the subdivision here. This is how you're going to get in. Nice wide opening. These garbage cans here to the left that I hope you saw, and the left is also the mailboxes. So that's where you take your garbage, and the county comes and picks it up, as well as if you need to get your mail, it's going to be right there. So this is the highway, Highway 56. We're going to go left, heading back towards town. But that is the property. It really is amazing. And again, it's just here to the left, back in those trees over there. And so it's tucked away. It's not alongside the highway. And it really is something special, that not very many people can have something just like that. Here are the rest of your surroundings. Just again, I said you're kind of in the valley, and you definitely are. Again, mountains in between you. There's houses over here, but that is it. That was really fun taking you through that 20-acre lot. If you have questions or if you want to see it for yourself, message me or my team, the Zobell team, and we can go through it. We can talk about any questions that you have, cost of utilities, building permits, stuff like that. We can all discuss that over the phone or in person. Besides that, thank you guys so much for coming with me today and watching the video. If you enjoyed it, or if you enjoy some of the other videos that we take time to do, please hit the subscribe button. It really helps us a lot do these videos and understand, what you guys like and what you want to see, as well as leave a comment. Let us know if you like the video, if there's some other videos that you want us to do, or types of houses, or maybe some of the local activities or things. Let us know in the comments so we can plan to do some of those things. But leave a like, and I will see you guys in the next video. Have a great day. Bye.